Are you hungry for the latest news and trends from the internet? Welcome to What's Cooking on the Internet, your one-stop shop for discovering the hottest digital delights. Hit that subscribe button and let's get cooking.
Can tariffs be a joke in the history of world economy? Let's discuss in the comments below. As the US-China trade war escalates, Chinese social media is filled with memes and videos mocking the US manufacturing revival plan. These videos, often created with AI, depict Americans working in sweatshops, making cheap clothes and shoes, and struggling to keep up with a reindustrialized America. But behind the humor lies a deeper absurdity. The tariffs imposed by the US on Chinese goods have led to a huge price hike for American consumers. Estimates suggest prices could soar by up to 20%. This has sparked concerns that the trade war could have serious consequences for the US economy, including higher inflation, slower growth, and even a recession. The Chinese government is quick to capitalize on the situation, using the tariffs to poke fun at the US and its president, Donald Trump. In one video, a Trump lookalike flees the White House as a fighter jet crashes in the background. Our video shows Trump, Elon Musk, and Vance working on a production line, making trainers and other goods. But the Chinese aren't the only ones using humor to make a point. The European Union is also feeling the pinch from the tariffs, with many countries facing significant trade deficits with China. French President Emmanuel Macron recently urged Europe to stand up for itself against the unfair tariffs. As the trade war unfolds, it's hard to predict what will happen next. Will the tariffs lead to a huge price hike for American consumers, or will the Chinese government find a way to mitigate the effects? One thing's for sure, this situation is far from funny. Key points. Chinese social media is filled with memes and videos mocking the US manufacturing revival plan. The tariffs imposed by the US on Chinese goods have led to a huge price hike for American consumers. The Chinese government is using the tariffs to poke fun at the US and its president, Donald Trump. The European Union is also feeling the pinch from the tariffs. With many countries facing significant trade deficits with China, the situation is far from funny, with concerns that the trade war could have serious consequences for the US economy. Additional insights. The tariffs imposed by the US on Chinese goods are not just about economics. They're also about politics. The Chinese government is using the tariffs to assert its power and influence on the global stage. The European Union is trying to navigate the complex web of trade relationships between the US, China, and Europe. While some countries are benefiting from the tariffs, others are getting hit hard. The situation is not just about the tariffs. It's also about the broader trade relationships between the US, China, and Europe. The European Union is trying to negotiate a new trade deal with China, but the talks are slow to progress. Conclusion. The US-China trade war is a complex and multifaceted issue with far-reaching consequences for the global economy. While the Chinese government is using humor to poke fun at the US and its president, the situation is far from funny. As the trade war continues to unfold, it's clear that careful diplomacy and negotiation are crucial in international trade relationships.